The video you're about to watch is a preview from one of my courses on fashion designing, available online on Fashion Premier Academy. If you're interested in finding out more about it and enrolling, there's a link in the description below. Okay? Enjoy. Okay, in today's lesson, we're going to learn about peg skirts. What is a peg skirt? Here is an example of a peg skirt with pleats in the waistline. This particular one happens to have 3 pleats, but you could have 2 or 1. The technique is the same. It's narrow, it goes narrow towards the knees. And first I'm going to drape one. I'm going to show you how to drape a peg skirt on the form using the draping process. And then I'll do the same thing using pattern making, pattern drafting. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start with a piece of muslin, 12 inches across and about 24 in length. The length doesn't really matter, it's up to you, the length of the skirt. If you want to make a mini skirt or a long skirt, it's up to you. Now, before I start draping, these forms, the professional forms, go up and down. There's a reason for that. You see, I've seen students that when they're draping a skirt, they start doing this, right? Don't do that. The whole idea of why these forms go up and down is that you want the form to be at eye level with whatever you're working on. So if I'm doing a skirt, raise your form all the way up so you can see if you're on grain or off grain. So always work at eye level. Raise your form, and then you can start draping, okay? Next, do not start like this where the muslin is at the waistline. Don't do that. You have to go up about 5 inches or so. So you're gonna measure 5 inches, put a little cross mark. That will be your waistline. You're gonna pin the muslin. Pin your muslin at the bottom of the tape and make sure you're pinning correctly. If you remember from your previous draping classes and pattern making, this is the correct angle of the pin. See, because if I do it this way, if I pin in this direction, guess what? See, the whole thing comes apart. It doesn't stay. So make sure you are pinning correctly, and the right way to do it is to pin it at this angle. See that it anchors, it's not going anywhere. Now we can start draping, okay? So 5 inches down, waistline, pin your center front onto the form. Next, we're going to create our first pleat, which will be an angle towards the side seam. So if I want my first pleat to end up, say, around here at the side seam, I'm going to put a pin at the side seam where I want my first pleat to end up. I'm going to take my muslin and I'm going to fold my muslin to create my first pleat. Put a pin on your waistline and see all this tension, this pulling right here. We need to release the tension by cutting into it, towards the waistline. This, we can get rid of this. We don't need this piece hanging out here, so we're just gonna get rid of that. And now we start creating our second pleat right next to the first pleat. Also going towards the side seam. Fold your muslin. And again, whenever you see any kind of tension like this here, always cut into it, slash towards the waistline to release the tension, get rid of the extra fabric or muslin that you don't need. And we have room for one more pleat. So again, you're going to fold your muslin. Mark your side seam. Now, the next step is really important, because if I take this off the form right now and remove all these pins, the whole thing will fall apart. You'll never be able to recreate this. So it is very important to do the following step. I'm going to pin the pleats through and through all the layers of the muslin so it stays in place. And then I'm going to true these pleats, just like you were truing a dart. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to pattern 1 and 2 and 3. So you need to true your pleats so that when we fold the fabric again, we'll be able to recreate exactly what we draped right now. Is that clear? Because this video is getting kind of long, I decided to cut it into 2 videos. This is the end of part 1. I will see you in part 2 in the next video to show you how to draft this peg skirt using pattern making. See you then. Thank you for watching this video. Check out all the courses available at Fashion Premier Academy by clicking the link below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you will be notified when I post new videos, which is every week. I'll see you in class.